A lot of people think it's just a trend these days, like it's just trending, so everyone's saying that they've got ADHD. Yeah, do you know what? Probably most people do. It's not a trend and it's not a label, it's actually a brain condition. Like, your brain is literally wired and functioning differently to the normal neurotypical person. Like, neurodivergent brains are different to neurotypical brains. If you compared two brains on a brain scan, the neurotypical and the neurodivergent will look different because you are literally wired differently. For me, it kind of annoys me when people are like, oh, it's just a trend, it's just a trend. It's like, well, actually, you don't understand how much it actually stresses people out. Just going through this whole process, the feelings of like frustrations around some things is very, very real. Things in life that stress me out are very, very real. And I think that I've done a really great job, because masking is a big thing. But I feel like I've done a really great job of masking my anxiety, my frustrations and stresses in life. Like, I think I've done a really good job with that, and I've done a really good job of just being like chill to things and just really laid back with things. And I'm just at this point now where I'm just like, no more. Hi, my loves. Today is an interesting video. So I have actually got my Diva 5 interview today, which is basically my first interview for my ADHD assessment. So I've briefly mentioned this in like 2 videos, I think, or maybe 3, maybe 2 videos on my channel about like me thinking that I've got ADHD. I like the idea of bringing you on the journey because I know firsthand, personally, because of me doing this, how much you can question whether you have it or not. What's going on here? And I'm just going to do my skincare, by the way, while I talk to you guys, because I've got lots of things to do today in between my interview. So I have been thinking for probably about the last, I'm going to say like 2, maybe 3 years, that I've got ADHD. It's actually really annoying because some of my family members, well, I'm going to say my parents, because my parents, I think, are in denial. Like, when I first told them, like, I'm paying for an assessment. Like, it's a lot of money to pay for an assessment because I don't want to wait 8 years, because the waiting list in the UK is 8 years for an assessment. It's crazy. It used to be 7 years, and then like the last couple of months they bumped it up to 8 years, and I was just like, and I did send a form in a little while ago, like a letter to request to be put to a clinic to get an assessment. But then I've just noticed in my ripe age of 30, I really need to get an assessment. Like, I want to get an assessment. I want to know, because I actually think it's affecting my life. It's bothering me, and it's in that sense, it's like it's affecting my life. You know, there's different things that have made me think I've got ADHD, and those things that has made me think I've got ADHD are the things that are causing me a lot of frustrations. I've had a channel for about 7 years, right? And I have never been consistent on my channel. There's been like slots of time where I've been really consistent and uploading a lot more, and then there's been chunks of time where I just haven't uploaded anything, and I really struggle with consistency. I struggle with getting distracted. I struggle with focus, but when I do get focus, I hyper focus, and I don't want to get out of that pocket. But for me to just get to the point of like actually starting to like edit, it's really hard sometimes. I procrastinate a lot. I'm so forgetful. Yeah, there's some things, and it's mostly like, it mostly affects my work, I feel. And then I think sometimes it can bleed out into my relationships in life. I feel like it can bleed out into like my friendships, my romantic relationship, my family relationships. You know, I've had some friends and some family say to me like, why do you want to get an assessment though? If you think you've got it, then you've got it. Like, what then? Like, what are you going to get from it? And I'm like, well, I will know for a start why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and I'll also be able to tell my work, so my work can have a better understanding of who I am, how I operate, because I do work differently to the people in the office. Like, I've noticed that with myself. Like, I can write an email, send an email, and as soon as I've sent that email, it's gone.
It's gone.
Out my brain. I cannot remember. One thing I'm really bad with is forgetting names. Like, I really struggle to remember people's names, and some people that don't struggle to remember people's names are just like, but it's just, like, it's rude to not remember people's names. And I'm like, it's not that I'm trying to not remember, I just don't remember. Like, I wish I could remember. I wish I could take this information in and actually like remember, but I can't. I actually, when I went traveling, and this is so bad, and I used to feel so bad about it, there was times where I'd hang out with someone for like 3 days, and I wouldn't even remember their name, like, across the 3 days. And I would feel so rude that I would just try not to say their name, because I was like, oh, this is so bad. Like, I should remember this person's name. I've been hanging out with him for like 3 days. But I can't, like, I can't remember it. So it's not a choice, guys. It's not a choice. It's just the way my brain works. My school report, me and my mum and my dad went through it the other day, because they had to fill out a form to get this assessment. Like, I had to get them to fill out a form. I had to fill out a form answering loads of questions. I had to do like an online test, which is called a QB check. And the QB check is basically a test where you have to press the space bar every time you see a repeating colour / shape. So it has to be like red square, red square, red square, and you have to press it every time you see a red square. But the shapes change all the time, so it's like a blue circle, blue square, red square, and it would just flash with the images. And oh my god, it was so stressful. It sounds really easy, and it definitely is, but it was really stressing me out when I was doing it, because I was just like, I can't remember. Like, I'm trying to tell myself it was red square, but was it a red circle actually? Like, and then I was noticing I was thinking about something else, and I was thinking about something else, and I was trying to stay really still. I just in a squirrel, a really tiny. Oh, stop it! It's so small. Look at it. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, and so I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, so anyway, oh yeah, school reports. So when I was in school, my mum was reading out the school reports, and my mum and dad are in a bit of denial about this all. They're just like, yeah, but you're just a normal person, Lauren, you know, it's that day and age, you know, kids can be kids. And I'm like, I don't think you quite understand how much this is actually getting to me in my life as an adult. I think the older you get, like, you have different responsibilities, and then like the anxiety builds in other areas of life than it was when you were like 20, and then, you know, stress builds in other areas of your life than you were feeling in your 20s. So it's like different stages of life can really trigger these feelings. And they do say with ADHD, when you're a woman, your ADHD can trigger more in areas of life when your hormones are changing. And obviously as a 30-year-old, my hormones are changing. They do change throughout life. I'm getting older now, so it's gonna change. So yeah, the school reports were all basically saying the same from like year 7 to year 11. It was like the same stuff on like what the same stuff that the teachers were saying within each class from literally like year 7 to year 11. And I was like, when my mum and dad were reading it, I was like, could you not think, like, when you were reading that, were you not concerned? Because every report pretty much said, Lauren doesn't listen in class, Lauren gets distracted, Lauren is unfocused, Lauren doesn't have self-confidence in what she does. There was one thing that said something like, if Lauren doesn't understand the task, she gives up very quickly. Yes, like, I really struggled in science. I really struggled in science. I just didn't understand it. So there's just like loads of things that, you know, were a bother in school. School told me I had dyslexia. My parents didn't believe it. And I had to have extra help in class. I sometimes had to go to like out of class with other students and go into like a smaller class to get that extra help. And I also had to go to anger management at one point in school. Like, I just really struggled, and I think when I didn't understand it, it used to get me really upset and stressed, and I used to just be like, I can't do it, I'm not doing it, like that. So, and I think I was a very stressed kid. I was a depressed child, to be honest. I was definitely suffering with depression when I was like 16, and I was in school, and I wasn't happy at all. So, like, I just struggled, and I almost found that I was very different to everyone else, and I didn't understand why I couldn't understand things, and, you know, so as an adult, going ahead to get this assessment done, I think it's going to really help me understand myself a lot better. This is the longest I've been at one job, because I get bored, or I want to make some more money, so I'll just like find somewhere else. And oh, look at that, look, I've used all of this, it's very good. And I think because I've been there for a long time now, it actually makes me notice myself in a workplace more. Time management, really bad with time management. Like, I really try my best to upload consistently, but sometimes I just can't do it. It's infuriating that I don't upload on time. Like, I cannot tell you how infuriating it is. So I set myself a goal to upload a video once a week since February, I think it was. And I've actually fulfilled that -2 times. And one of the times was when I was recovering from my operation, and the other time was last week. It was such a busy week, like I genuinely couldn't squeeze in. So like, it was just a lot. I do struggle with time management. It is annoying. It's annoying. I don't enjoy that my life is like this. And I would just love to be efficient with things. I'd love to just be able to get shit done, you know, and just like find it easy. And like, I can wake up in the morning and think, got loads of stuff to do today and it's overwhelming. To be honest, like all the spiritual practices that I've taught myself over the years have really helped support me. But obviously, as I said, there's like different life stresses now. There's different things that stress me out in life now. There's like things that I want to get and create, and I want to buy a house, but like my money management is really bad. It's gotten worse. And then trying to build like a future for myself, also work at the same time, have a life, like all the normal things that everyone has to deal with. It's just a lot more overwhelming for me because I do put a lot of pressure on myself and a lot of stress on myself. I don't mean to do that, but I just do it. There's just a lot of things that have made me feel like I've got it. Dyslexia, it's like a side effect of having ADHD. I think I may have it because I struggle to read things correctly, or I can't spell very well. Like I used to think I was so, like, I hated the word like dumb, or I used to think I was like a little bit stupid, but I actually have like really good intelligence around things in life that are like life problems or like relationship things, or you know, when I talk about self-development and all that kind of stuff, like it's a passion of mine. So I really understand it on a deep level because I've experienced it personally inside. So like I understand it, and like I really understand empathy, and I can really feel a lot. And a lot of people that have ADHD are very sensitive and very emotional, and I used to get told when I was a kid, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive. And it's like you end up masking yourself because your emotions are too much for people. But I've obviously learned to control my emotions really well. But like, yeah, I think the more I'm starting to accept it, I'm less embarrassed or less shy to like express myself when I'm being like hyperactive or whatever. And like people have said on my channel, you talk with your hands and you're manic and like your eyes are scatting around everywhere. I might have ADHD. Like, give me a break. I'm just trying to be me. Like, I'm just being me. I'm not going to sit here like this because that just, to me, that feels incredibly uncomfortable to sit here and talk like this. It just doesn't seem right. It's just not me. And I already feel like I want to flap my hands around everywhere. So like, I have to talk with my hands. I have to express myself like this. I can't. Yeah. So anyway, the Diva 5 interview today is with two people. I think one of them's a doctor. I can't remember who the other one is. But then my psychiatrist appointment is on the 3rd of September. And I'm actually going to be travelling up to Warrington because I've gone with a clinic called Beyond Clinic. My family actually live in Warrington and my granddad's really poorly at the moment. So it gives me an opportunity to actually go up there, see some family, have this psychiatrist appointment in person, and see my granddad because he's really not well, bless him. Send prayers to him because he's really not doing well. And then I'll have my follow-up appointment, I think on the 16th of September. So yeah, I think I've kind of come to the decision that I may potentially try the medication. I've seen some things online and some girls trying it and just seeing how they are. I potentially want to give a go. I don't want to like completely disregard it, and yeah, so I might try the medication if they do diagnose me. But I also do doubt myself. Like I almost feel like there is some like underlying doubt, because I think where there's a lot of people in my life that don't believe that I've got it. My parents don't believe I've got it. I think because they don't believe, and they're like, we know you really well because we've like obviously like raised you, and I get it, but like you don't know me inside. Only you as a person knows yourself to like completely, because I feel like I've got a really good way of managing my emotions, my frustrations and anger. I definitely get frustrated, but I'm very good at keeping it like calm. I've learned how to like kind of be chill, like try not to get too stressed. I've learned ways of coping with that. I really try my best to not have an explosion in front of anybody. I wouldn't allow myself to get incredibly stressed or really frustrated if I was around people, because I just don't think that's very nice for them. But if I'm on my own and something annoys me, I'm like, it's freaking annoying, and I'll get myself really stressed, and then I'll just like calm down after that. I've noticed my anxiety's been a lot worse as an adult again, because I'm just like stressing about having endometriosis, and turns out that I had it. With that, I was stressing about that. I was thinking, oh my god, can I have kids in the future? I really want children. Oh, it's just so many things. This is a classic ADHD thing to do, is like fucking doing something whilst I'm telling you something really serious. Yeah, you can come along on the journey, because I'm gonna find out. We're gonna find out together, and I need this as a memory as well, because my memory is so shit. And I also really think that it would help inspire people if you're like uncertain if you've got it or not, because a lot of people think it's just a trend these days, like it's just trending, so everyone's saying that they've got ADHD. Yeah, do you know what? Probably most people do. It's not a trend and it's not a label, it's actually a brain condition. Like your brain is literally wired and functioning differently to the normal neurotypical person. Like, neurodivergent brains are different to neurotypical brains. If you compared two brains on a brain scan, the neurotypical and the neurodivergent will look different because you are literally wired differently. For me, it kind of annoys me when people are like, oh, it's just a trend, it's just a trend. It's like, well, actually, you don't understand how much it actually stresses people out. Just going through this whole process, the feelings of like frustrations around some things is very, very real. Things in life that stress me out are very, very real. And I think that I've done a really great job, because masking is a big thing. But I feel like I've done a really great job of masking my anxiety, my frustrations and stresses in life. Like, I think I've done a really good job with that, and I've done a really good job of just being like chill to things and just really laid back with things. And I'm just at this point now where I'm just like, no more. I used to be sassy in school. I used to have a sassy self, and I definitely still do. It definitely comes out here and there, but I'm like, where's my little sassy self? Like, you know, the girl that knows herself. Yeah, that don't take no shit. Like, where's she gone? Because she was around at some point. I'm just trying to figure myself out a little bit more. Again, I can't sit still. I really struggle to remain like still. I fidget a lot. You know, if you sit me in a classroom to try and listen to a teacher for an hour, it's so hard for me to listen and for me to stay focused the whole time. Like, I've noticed how much my mind does actually wander onto like most random things. I would say my life is like reading a book and thinking at the same time. So I can have moments of pure stillness and like not think about things, and I can actually practice presence and like being in the moment and not like overthinking. But then I go through phases where I can overthink a lot, and I can go into like mental spirals about things, but then I have times of like pure bliss. So it's really, really hit and miss. It's very, very hit and miss with me. And I just think, yeah, as an adult, as a 30-year-old, new life things are changing, new things that I need in my life, new things that I want in my life. There's new pressures on myself. Like, I have different levels of pressures now than I do then. I've had a couple of family members tell me that they think I'm going through early menopause. That's really annoying and also very stressful, because I'm like, don't tell me that, because you're literally making me think that I'm not going to be able to have children. To not have kids but want to have kids and not have kids right now, and then someone tell me you might be going through early menopause. No. No, do not tell me that, because I will think about that. I will be like, oh my God, do you reckon? Like, oh my God, maybe. And I'm like, no, I'm refusing to believe that. And I was telling my auntie, actually, I was like, yeah, I think I've got ADHD and I'm going through this whole assessment. And I started telling her all the things. And she was like, but that sounds like me. And I was like, it's probably because you've got ADHD. like, it's probably because you've got ADHD. Like, that's probably what it is. It wouldn't surprise me, because I know you and I know what you're like. Like, since you like go through this whole process and you do this mad research, because I have been doing mad research, and when you go through the process, you're like, oh my God, like, so many people in my life have it. They don't have the whole diagnosis, but a lot of my friends definitely have it, and my family members, like, definitely, I believe that they do. They might not have the diagnosis, but I believe that they actually do, just because of how I operate, what I've realised about it, the certain signs, and then how they all act. And it's all the women in my family. Guys, yeah. Anyway, I've done my makeup. It's kind of like it is like my makeup, because I love skincare, guys, and it is actually like a newfound fave of mine, because look how good my skin looks, minus these spots. It is very, very good, very, very nice. So guys, I currently have a video uploading, and it is 10 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe I'm even awake, because I didn't go to bed until like 2:20 yesterday morning. So I'm usually very, very sleepy, but I've got a lot of energy in my system right now. So I know I've got this Diva 5 interview. I also really want to go out roller skating, because I've been out roller skating once. Anyway.